Division.
We also extend a warm welcome to Honorable Judges of the High Court, Additional Solicitor General of India, Advocate Generals of the State of Haryana and Punjab,
Chief Secretaries of Haryana and UT Chandigarh, Additional Chief Secretary Home and Jails, Haryana and Punjab, Senior Standing Counsel, UT Chandigarh, Principal Secretary Government of Punjab, Department of Jails,
Director General of Police, Haryana, Punjab and UT Administration, Director General of Prisons, Haryana, Home Secretary, UT Chandigarh, District and Session Judges and other judges from the states of Haryana, Punjab and UT Chandigarh, Additional Director General of Police Prisons, Punjab, Inspector General of Prisons, UT Chandigarh,
President, Secretary, Bar Council of Punjab and Haryana, President, Secretary and other executive members of Punjab and Haryana High Court Bar Association, Senior Advocates from Punjab and Haryana High Court, Senior Officers from State of Haryana, Punjab and UT Chandigarh, distinguished industrial leaders, members of the print and electronic media, other respected dignitaries gracing this gathering, ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to all of you. I, Amrinder Sharma, Additional District and Session Judge,
and I, Harleen A. Sharma, Additional District and Sessions Judge, with profound humility and immense honor, welcome you all to the seminar on Empowering Lives Behind Bars, Real Change, the New Paradigm of Correctional Justice. Under the visionary guidance of the Honorable Punjab and Haryana High Court, this initiative reflects a progressive and humane vision that every person deserves an opportunity to learn, improve, and rebuild their life. This vision invites us to measure success not by how many we confine, but by how many we transform, not by the bars we build, but by the lives we rebuild.
Our mission is clear: to convert every sentence served into an opportunity, every day in confinement into a constructive step, and every inmate into a future citizen equipped with dignity and capability. As we commence this sacred gathering, we do so in the exalted presence of Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Mr. Justice Suryakant. Honorable Lordship has often reminded us that justice is not merely about resolving disputes, but about protecting the innocent from being lost in the storms of circumstance.
Uplifted by the gracious presence of Honorable the Chief Justice of India, we now proceed to begin the seminar. As we commence today's program, we uphold the tradition of lighting the ceremonial lamp, a symbol of justice, wisdom, and enlightenment. To begin this auspicious moment, may I, with utmost humility and profound respect, invite the honorable dignitaries on the dais to grace the stage for the lighting of the lamp.
Collective resolve to kindle new possibilities and let this light signify not merely illumination, but the awakening of a capability, dignity, and purposeful transformation. On this momentous occasion, as we gather to reflect upon our commitment to justice and institutional excellence, it is indeed a privilege to have Honorable the Chief Justice of India grace us with his valuable time and presence. To formally welcome Honorable the Chief Justice of India and the distinguished gathering, we have amongst us Honorable Mr. Justice Anupinder Singh Garewal, Judge, Punjab and Haryana High Court, cum Administrative Judge of Gurugram Session Division. Honorable Lordship has been a fearless defender of citizens' right, a pioneer who has opened new vistas in the legal spectrum, and his deeply impactful work on prison reforms has lent exceptional meaning to today's seminar. We are truly honored by your presence, Lordship.
May I now respectfully invite Honorable Mr. Justice Anupinder Singh Garewal, Judge, Punjab and Haryana High Court, to grace the podium and extend formal welcome to Honorable the Chief Justice of India and all the esteemed dignitaries.
Justice Suryakant, the Chief Justice of India, Justice Ehsanuddin Amanullah, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Justice Rajesh Bindal, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Justice Augustine George Massey, Judge, Supreme Court of India, Justice Sheel Nagu, Chief Justice, Punjab and Haryana High Court, Justice Ashwani Kumar Mishra, Judge, Punjab and Haryana High Court, esteemed sister and brother judges, distinguished dignitaries on and off the dais, senior officers of the civil administration, police, prisons department, and judicial officers, ladies and gentlemen. With heartfelt respect and deep sense of privilege, I extend a warm welcome to this august gathering on an occasion that marks not merely a program, but a resolve, a renewed philosophy, and a commitment to human transformation. At the very outset, I express our collective gratitude to the Chief Justice of India for gracing this seminar. My Lord's acceptance of our invitation, despite an exacting judicial schedule, is a gesture that lends immense dignity to this initiative. I am equally honored to welcome Justice Ehsanuddin Amanullah, Justice Rajesh Bindal, Justice Augustine George Massey of the Supreme Court, who have spared their invaluable time to be with us today. Presence of the Chief Justice of India reflects the judiciary's steadfast belief that all the courts are not merely dispensers of verdicts, but guardians of human dignity and catalysts of constructive change. As the administrative judge of the Gurugram Sessions Division, I also deem it my privilege to welcome all the senior officers and distinguished members of this event. Your dedication forms the operational backbone of every reformative endeavor we aspire to implement. Today's seminar stands anchored in a principle that has illuminated Indian jurisprudence since ancient times, that justice is not fulfilled by retribution, but by reformation, not by isolating a life, but by reintegrating it with purpose. The launch of simultaneous skill development centers and ITI courses within our jails is a monumental step in that direction. It carries with it a quiet but powerful message that a prison sentence should not extinguish a person's capacity to hope, to learn, and to re-enter the social fabric. By equipping inmates with practical and meaningful skills, we are helping them regain confidence, rebuild self-belief, and prepare for a stable life after their release. This initiative creates real opportunities. It enables individuals to move beyond past setbacks and to work towards a future shaped by purpose, responsibility, and hope. Through this initiative, we deliberately sow the seeds of dignity into pathways once shadowed by limitation. We reawaken the inmates with the potent alchemy of meaningful skills, skills that transmute adversity into aptitude and isolation into opportunity. Thoughtful and steady steps have been taken to strengthen the framework of skill development with correctional institutions. In Gurugram, a particularly heartening initiative has taken root. The short duration ITI courses in plumbing and welding have already been successfully completed, giving inmates their first tangible step towards skilled livelihoods. Building upon this momentum, a full-fledged polytechnic for a 3-year diploma in computer engineering has been established within the district jail premises, complete with classrooms, 3 functional laboratories, and the requisite technical infrastructure. 28 inmates have already been registered, and an expert team has certified that the facilities meet the standards prescribed by the All India Council of Technical Education. The state government has formally requested in principle approval from the council, and with the registration of portal expected to reopen on January 2026, we are poised to see this diploma program operationalized, making a remarkable convergence of education and renewed opportunity. It is fitting to acknowledge the significant contribution of Brother Justice Kuldeep Tiwari, whose persistent efforts have given clear shape and direction to the skill development programs. His continued efforts have ensured that these initiatives are not merely well-designed, but truly meaningful. Our efforts today stand alongside another unyielding dedication, which is the initiative of the Legal Services Authorities of Punjab, Haryana and UT Chandigarh, titled as Youth Against Drugs. This endeavor speaks directly to one of the most urgent social challenges of our times. Through awareness, counseling and intervention, we hope to insulate young minds from a menace that destroys their potential with silent cruelty. In harmonizing this campaign with our correctional reforms, we send a clear message that prevention and rehabilitation are 2 facets of the same moral responsibility. This mission goes beyond a campaign. It reflects our common duty to shield our youth from the harm caused by drugs and to secure a healthier future for them. With the High Court of Punjab and Haryana steering this initiative, let us script a narrative of resistance and resilience. Together, let Youth Against Drugs be a clarion call that awakens hope, rallies courage, and rewrites destinies. This evening is a reaffirmation of faith in the redemptive strength of education, faith in the transformative power of skill, and faith in the enduring human capacity to change. On behalf of the Punjab and Haryana High Court, the Legal Services Authorities and all partnering institutions, I once again welcome each one of you to this momentous occasion. Your presence enriches the spirit with which we embark upon this transformative journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Lordship. Punjab and Haryana High Court is honoured by the presence of esteemed dignitaries who, with their exemplified excellence, have left an indelible mark on the Indian judicial system. As a token of gratitude, I request Honourable Mr. Justice Sheel Nagu, Chief Justice, Punjab and Haryana High Court, to kindly present a shawl and a memento to Honourable Mr. Justice Suryakant, Chief Justice of India.
We also present a memento which is a replica of the revered Gandhar Buddha sculpture. One moment, please. An exceptional artifact discovered during exploration by the Department of Archaeology and Museums, Haryana. We also take this moment to present a deeply meaningful creation, a painting crafted by a jail inmate of Punjab, symbolizing rehabilitation through art. Please present the painting also. One more.
It has been specially crafted by a jail inmate of Punjab.
Symbolizing rehabilitation through art.
Thank you, Lordship.
Thank you, Lordship. Thank you.
I now request Honorable Mr. Justice Ashwini Kumar Mishra, Judge, Punjab and Haryana High Court, to kindly present a shawl and a memento to Honorable Mr. Justice S. Anuddin Amanullah, Judge, Supreme Court of India.
We also present another sculpture as a mark of deep respect. This sculpture is a distinguished token steeped in our heritage. This is the revered Uma Maheshwara sculpture. Another memento in the shape of a painting by a jail inmate, embodying the spirit of skill development.
Thank you, Lordship. I now request Honorable Mrs. Justice Lisa Gill, Judge, Punjab and Haryana High Court, to kindly present a shawl and a memento to Honorable Mr. Justice Rajesh Bindal, Judge, Supreme Court of India.
As a token of respect, another revered Uma Maheshwara sculpture recovered during archaeological explorations. Alongside, we present another painting created by a jail inmate, which is again an expression of rebuilding and strength.
Thank you, Lordship. I now request Honorable Mr. Justice Deepak Sibal, Judge, Punjab and Haryana High Court, to kindly present a shawl and a memento to Honorable Mr. Justice Augustine George Massey, Judge, Supreme Court of India.
Another historic token of revered Uma Maheshwara sculpture reflecting internal convergence of strength. We also take this moment to present another remarkable painting, a tribute to the creative spirit that thrives even within confinement.
Thank you, Lordship. Every transformation begins with a single step, but progress begins when these steps are taken together. And today, each presentation marks a milestone in our collective journey of empowering lives behind bars.
The vision we see taking shape today is a result of the steadfast commitment and clear-sighted leadership of the committee for making the VC system between trial courts and jails robust and rehabilitation and skill development of under-trial prison inmates. Moreover, in a profoundly commendable initiative, the Honorable Judges of the Punjab and Haryana High Court have chosen to grace their esteemed judges' pantry with the bakery products crafted by the inmates of Ambala prison, thereby honoring their effort and affirming a compassionate vision of inclusive progress.
It is truly a brainchild of this committee which has led to this initiative shaped with conviction, compassion and an unrelenting pursuit of meaningful reform. We are also privileged by the presence of distinguished industrial leaders whose participation adds a vital dimension to this initiative. Your engagement strengthens the bridge between the rehabilitation and meaningful reintegration, opening pathways for dignified employment.
We hereby begin with a presentation on Punjab's skill development journey. I request Shrimati Bhavna Garg, Principal Secretary, Government of Punjab, Department of Jails, to kindly present the initiative's achievements and the path ahead. I welcome you, ma'am, on the stage.
A very good evening to all the dignitaries present here. Chief Justice of India, Honorable Mr. Justice Surya Kant, Judges of the Supreme Court, Honorable Mr. Justice Ehsanuddin Amanullah, Honorable Mr. Justice Rajesh Bindal, and Honorable Mr. Justice A.G. Masih, Chief Justice, Punjab and Haryana High Court, Honorable Mr. Justice Sheel Nagu, and all the Honorable High Court judges present on and off the dais, and other distinguished dignitaries present here. I am Bhavna Garg, Principal Secretary, Department of Prisons, Government of Punjab. With the permission of the Chair, I present on how the Government of Punjab has embarked upon the skilling journey for jail inmates, empowering their lives with skills and dignity from custody to capability. The idea to establish jails as centers of learning, rehabilitation and productivity. The state of Punjab has 25 jails which house about 35,000 inmates with over 81% under trial population. For jails to act as correctional homes, it is important to reintegrate inmates into the society once they are out. But because they lack the employable skills, hence the process becomes difficult. MHA provides national rehabilitation framework based on skill-led reforms so that inmates can earn a livelihood and hence recidivism is reduced. So far, our Punjab jails have been conducting 3 to 6 months short-term skilling programs. And since April 2024, about 900 inmates have got skilled. The present initiative is setting up of permanent industrial training institutes, ITIs, inside the jails with full-fledged trade-specific laboratories to conduct both long-term and short-term skilling programs, where the certificates are aligned to NCVT, the National Council of Vocational Education and Training, and National Skills Qualification Framework, with a nationwide recognition. Besides the trade-specific labs, we also have ICT labs as an integral part to promote digital literacy, and trainings will be conducted by qualified, experienced instructors, free of cost, and financial support will also be given to the trainees. 8 long-term trades are started in 11 central jails of the state, with 1,016 inmates enrolled in them: welder, electrician, plumber, computer operator, sewing, cosmetology, bakery, and woodwork. With 6 short-term trades enlisted for all the 24 jails, we have a total target of 2,500 inmates to be trained. The jail-wise breakup can be seen, wherein in most central jails, 2 trades have started, while in central jail, Firozpur and Amritsar, 3 trades have started. One batch size comprised of 20 to 24 inmates. So, say in Patiala, like the top one. So, in Patiala, we have 60 trainees, implying 3 batches of 20 each. which are conducted simultaneously. While in Central Jail Ludhiana, we have 2 batches of 24 each in each of the 2 trades with a total of 96 trainees. And similarly for others, the total come to 1,016, which covers all the central jails of the state. To implement this large-scale program, the department realized the need for convergence of resources, and hence we approached various stakeholders. Our efforts bore fruit as we could rope in different departments within the state. We also explored the Government of India schemes in various ministries. The first crucial step was to convince the Director General Training in Ministry of Skill Development to allow us to start ITIs inside the jail from this session itself. I am happy to share that with pursuance, we could get our proposal approved and saved one crucial year. Next part was to gain support and funding. Honorable Mr. Justice Kuldeep Tiwari and the Honorable High Court Committee led us in this initiative. We succeeded in formulating a state plan scheme and approached the Punjab State Technical Education Board for funds to create the infrastructure. Additionally, our skilling proposal has been approved by the Ministry of Minority Affairs, Government of India, which has also promised to fund the training component under PM Vikas scheme. We have already signed an MOU with them. Wherever there will be a gap in the funding, the Punjab Prisons Development Board will pitch in. The Technical Education Department is a partner in this initiative. While we, the Jails Department, is to set up the classrooms, mobilize the inmates, provide space for the workshops and ensure a secure environment, the Technical Education Department provides instructors, toolkits, setting up of the ICT labs, governance and compliances. Punjab Skill Development Mission, a partner in short-term trainings, provides inputs for soft skill and behavioral change modules and synergy with the National Skills Development Corporation. The Education Department helped us verify the educational qualifications of the inmates. Many inmates, especially women, did not want that their native villages or the schools they studied in to know that they are incarcerated. And so this exercise was done with utmost care and sensibility. While I mentioned the role of these ministries earlier, with the help of the UIDI, we held Aadhaar updation camps for inmate identification, which ultimately helped us in their timely onboarding for the NCVT courses. The department prepared a detailed standard operating procedure outlining the roles and responsibilities at all levels, from policy approvals to coordination and fund management and ground level execution and quality assurance. Hence, we formed a state steering committee, a project management unit and a working group at the jail level. How did we go about it? Once we decided to conduct these courses, we shortlisted inmates assessing their education level and current skills. The working group then facilitated their counseling to impart information, assess their interest and seek willingness for a suitable trade. Industrially relevant vocational training is imparted by master instructors from the state ITIs, also with emphasis on digital literacy and soft skills. Real-time work in the jail factories should further hone their hands-on proficiency and gain industry-relevant exposure. The trainee details are also uploaded on the Skill India Udyam database to enhance their linkages with the MSMEs and other industries. Our skilling framework will facilitate career counseling and assist the inmate in documentation support like Aadhaar updation, opening of bank account and certifications. In case an inmate goes out on bail, parole or is released during the duration of a course, he shall be facilitated to join the nearby state-run ITI to continue and complete this course. Also, we hope on his release, getting a good conduct certificate from the jail should improve industry acceptance. Punjab has a network of district bureaus of employment and enterprise, which shall further assist the trainee in reintegration into society. These bureaus shall guide him towards self-employment and even secure loans under PM Vikas, PM Swanidhi and various bank-linked credit schemes. Linkages with the NGOs, rehab groups and industry partners will further support him in gainful employment, as we believe that improved employability will make him industry relevant. Financial independence will reduce recidivism and psychological stability will lead to stronger social integration. Now I shall share some snapshots from our jail ITIs. This is Central Jail Patiala running electrician and welder courses. This is Women Jail Ludhiana with sewing and cosmetology courses. Same courses are also run in the Women Jail Bhatinda. This is Central Jail Kapurthala with inmates taking computer lessons. Central Jail Ludhiana. Central Jail Firozpur. Central Jail Gurdaspur. Central Jail Amritsar. In fact, we have started all these ITIs in all the central jails of Punjab, sir. Besides, we have 9 Ujala petrol pumps where inmates are also employed. Ujala being the Punjab Prisons brand. Yoga, physical workouts, both outdoor and indoor games are encouraged inside our jails. We are in the process of conducting Ujala Olympics. First competitions were held at the jail level, then at zonal level, and shortly finals will be held. Honorable Supreme Court judges have already have a taste of our Punjab paintings, so I hope you would appreciate that. And all our jails, their walls are decorated with the expression of art and paintings. These are pictures from various jails. Prison factories that manufacture furniture, carpets, fulkari, bakery, and other things, they provide productive hours to inmates inside the prisons. We have a well spread out prison inmate calling system, total 800 of them across the jails. Radio Ujala has been set up in many central jails run by the inmates where songs on demand are played and bring vibrancy to the jail atmosphere. We also have musical instruments provided inside the jails which are actively used by the inmates. We have a network of video conferencing set up in all our jails for court production. Thank you, and I look forward to the valuable guidance of this august house to further strengthen our initiative.
Thank you, ma'am. We now invite the representative from UT Chandigarh to present their skill development journey highlighting innovative practices and training models. May I request Shri Pushpinder Kumar, IG Prisons UT Chandigarh to proceed with the presentation. I welcome you, sir, on the stage.
Good evening, Honorable Chief Justice of India, Honorable Judges Supreme Court, Honorable Judges Punjab and Haryana High Court, other senior officers, distinguished guests. नमस्कार सभी को। महोदय, जैसा सभी जानते हैं कि यहाँ पर मौजूद कि क्रिमिनल जस्टिस सिस्टम का अल्टीमेट गोल, अल्टीमेट ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है न्याय दिलाना, और न्याय दिलाने का अर्थ केवल ये नहीं होता कि अपराधी को सजा दे और विक्टिम को न्याय दे। इसका अर्थ यह भी है कि समाज में हम पीस और हार्मनी बनाए रखें। इसके लिए यदि न्याय सिस्टम को यदि हम समझ सकते हैं तो हम जानते हैं कि अगर कोई भी अपराधी अपनी सजा काटने के बाद वापस समाज में आता है और एक उपयोगी सदस्य बनकर समाज में नहीं रहता, तो उसका उद्देश्य हमारा जो क्रिमिनल जस्टिस का है पूरा नहीं हो पाता। सर, ये जो आईटीआई का जो इनिशिएटिव जो लिया गया है ऑनरेबल कमेटी के द्वारा, इससे पहले मैं मॉडल जेल चंडीगढ़ के बारे में थोड़ा सा कुछ स्लाइड्स के द्वारा बताना चाहूंगा। सर, मॉडल जेल चंडीगढ़ का जो सेटअप हुआ था 1972 में एज ए सब जेल हुआ था, उसके बाद इसको अपग्रेड किया गया 1975 में डिस्ट्रिक्ट जेल में, और बाद में इसको 1990 में मॉडल जेल इक्विवेलेंट टू सेंट्रल जेल बनाया गया। इस जेल में मैं महोदय लगभग जो इसकी सैंक्शन स्ट्रेंथ है 1120 के आसपास है, और आज के डेट में इसमें लगभग 1120 इनमेट्स इसमें हैं। महोदय, मैं इन स्लाइड्स के द्वारा बताना चाहूंगा कि यहां पर इस आईटीआई के अलावा भी पहले से ही हम लोग स्किल डेवलपमेंट और रिफॉर्मेटिव मेजर्स के तौर पे कई एक्टिविटीज चलाते रहे हैं। जैसा कि स्लाइड से आप देख सकते हैं सर कि हमारे यहां पर मॉडल जेल में कारपेंट्री, वुडवर्क और बाकी सारी एक्टिविटीज अभी काफी तेजी से चल रही थी, और उसमें जो कार्य है उनका, उस कार्य को सभी लोगों ने सराहा भी है। इस स्लाइड में आप देख सकते हैं सर कि कारपेंट्री और जो डेस्क और फ्रंट बेंच और जो एक स्पेशल हमारी जो यहाँ पे लेग ट्रेपेजर चेयर्स होती हैं, इसके लिए यहाँ पर हमारे जो इनमेट्स हैं पूरी तरीके से पारंगत हैं, और इनकी डिमांड भी हमारे यहाँ मार्केट में काफी है। इसके अलावा सर हमारे यहाँ पर ऑलरेडी जो सीविंग का जो कोर्स था इनफॉर्मल वे में पहले भी चलता था, यहाँ पर हम ट्रेनिंग देते थे। और इसके अलावा हमारे यहाँ पर जो भी हमारे स्कूल्स हैं या जो भी हमारे यहाँ पर जो बाकी डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं, क्योंकि ये क्योंकि अप्रूव्ड सोर्स के तौर पे इसको हमने बनाया है, यहाँ से जितने भी डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं यहाँ से अपने यहाँ पे अपने डिपार्टमेंट के लिए, स्कूल्स के लिए यहाँ से प्रोक्योर करते रहे हैं। हर घर तिरंगा योजना के तहत जब झंडे बनाने की बारी आई थी तो हमारी जेल के इनमेट्स ने लगभग 1000 झंडे बनाए थे। इसके अलावा कई स्कूलों में हम ट्रैक सूट भी सप्लाई करते रहे हैं। मनोहर वाटिका है जहां पर हम डेकोरेटिव जो प्लांट्स की सैपलिंग है वो भी यहां से हम लोग सप्लाई करते हैं। सर, चंडीगढ़ में रहने वाले ज्यादातर लोग जानते होंगे कि यहाँ की जो जेल की बनाई गई मिठाइयां हैं अपने आप में बहुत प्रसिद्ध हैं। इनको इनमेट्स पूरी जो यहाँ पर जो बनाया जाता है पूरे सही तरीके से जो इनको एनवायरनमेंट दिया जाता है, स्किल सिखाया जाता है। और साथ ही साथ सेक्टर 22 में हमारा जो शोरूम है वहां पर इनकी बहुत डिमांड रहती है। दिवाली पे ये मिठाइयां बहुत ज्यादा पसंद की जाती हैं। आर्ट और क्राफ्ट सेक्शन भी अपने आप में सर यहाँ पर हमारा काफी रूप से पारंगत है। और यहाँ पर हमने यहाँ से जो यहाँ के एक बेस्ट ट्रेनर थे स्कल्पचर के, श्री राजेंद्र सिंह, उनको बुला करके यहाँ पर ट्रेनिंग दिलाई थी। और स्कल्पचर और आर्ट में यहाँ की हमारी काफी पेंटिंग्स वगैरह है इस शोरूम में काफी पसंद की जाती है और खरीदी भी जाती है। ये वह शोरूम है सर जो कि सेक्टर 22 में है और इसका यहाँ पर आकर के लोग खरीदते हैं। लगभग करीब 6.25 करोड़ रुपए के आसपास की जो सेल पिछले साल में हुई है। इसके अलावा सर रिफॉर्मेशन मेजर भी लिए जाते हैं। जैसे जेल लाइब्रेरी है हमारे यहाँ पर, जेल लाइब्रेरी में लगभग 5000 पुस्तकें हैं। और हमारे यहाँ पर नेशनल ओपन स्कूल का सेंटर भी है, साथ ही साथ इग्नू का भी सेंटर है, जिसमें हम रिफॉर्मेशन के तौर पे बच्चों यहाँ पर जो आने वाले जो इनमेट्स हैं अगर आगे अपनी शिक्षा जारी रखना चाहते हैं तो उनको हम अलग अलग 10वीं 12वीं का सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स और साथ ही साथ ग्रेजुएशन और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन में भी हम शिक्षा दिलाते हैं इस सेंटर के द्वारा। सर म्यूजिक सेक्शन, जैसा मैडम ने पहले आपने बताया कि हमारे यहाँ पर भी एक बाकायदा एक रेडियो स्टेशन है और यहाँ पर आकर के स्टूडियो में आकर के सभी इनमेट्स अपने अपने हुनर का परिचय देते हैं, साथ ही साथ रिकॉर्डिंग भी करते हैं। और हम उनकी अच्छी रिकॉर्डिंग को बाद में उनको साथ में ले जाने के लिए भी देते हैं। वो बाद में यूट्यूब पे डाल करके अगर चाहें तो उसका भी इस्तेमाल रोजगार के तौर पर कर सकते हैं। इसके अलावा सर हमारे पास और कई कल्चरल प्रोग्राम के अलावा हमारे पास कुछ एनजीओ होती हैं जो हमारे पास आती हैं और आकर के हमारे जो इनमेट्स हैं उनके साथ इंटरेक्शन करती हैं, जिसमें ब्रह्म कुमारीज हैं, दिव्य जागरण ज्योति संस्थान है जो कि उनको कैंडल बनाना और साथ ही साथ गुलाल बनाने की ट्रेनिंग देते हैं। गुलाल वगैरह या जो भी एक्टिविटीज होती है और साथ ही साथ वो खरीदने का भी प्रॉमिस करते हैं। स्पिरिचुअल इवेंट्स में भी हमारा पूरा हमेशा आगे रहने का वो रहता है। और साथ ही साथ जैसे मैंने आपको बताया जो भी स्पिरिचुअल गुरुज हैं, स्पिरिचुअल लीडर्स हैं, उनको बुला करके समय समय पर उनका जो पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट उनको पॉजिटिव बनाने के लिए कोशिश की जाती है। सर जीवन धारा, जिसको कि इंडस्ट्रियल ट्रेनिंग इंस्टीट्यूट जो कि एक ऑनरेबल कमेटी के द्वारा जो संस्तुति की गई थी, हमने इस जेल में शुरू किया है। बैकग्राउंड ऑलरेडी यहाँ पे आप सभी को पता है कि ये हमारे जितने भी स्किल्स थे जिनकी ट्रेनिंग हम दीजिए रहे थे सारी की सारी अनऑर्गेनाइज तरीके से दी जा रहा था। या ये समझ लीजिए कि इसके बाद जब बाहर जाने के बाद कोई भी इनमेट जाता था उसके पास कोई सर्टिफिकेट नहीं होता था, तो इसको एक फॉर्मेशन में बदलने के लिए कि इसके बाद वहां पर जाए तो उसके पास कोई सर्टिफिकेट हो, इसके लिए ये प्रयास शुरू किया गया है। अभी हमने 2 कोर्सेज शुरू किए हैं सर जीवन धारा में। एक हमारे पास है जो सीविंग का कोर्स है और दूसरा है हमारे पास कारपेंट्री का। सर इसके लिए NCVT के द्वारा सर्टिफाइड ये कोर्स है। इसको मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ स्किल डेवलपमेंट एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के द्वारा मान्यता दी गई है। इस ITI का मकसद यही है कि सर कि जब भी इनमेट्स अपनी सजा पूरी करके जाएं तो स्किल जो हम उनको सिखा रहे हैं साथ ही साथ एक सर्टिफिकेशन के द्वारा उनको मान्यता मिले, साथ ही वो बाहर जाए तो उनको एक समाज में उपयोगी सदस्य के रूप में स्वीकार किया जाए। इसके लिए हमने इसके लिए हमने डायरेक्ट जो डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ लेबर और डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज हैं उनके साथ MOU भी साइन किए हैं सर, जिसमें हमने उनसे आग्रह किया है कि वो जब भी ये इनमेट्स बाहर जाए तो साथ ही साथ उनके लिए कोई भी ऐसे प्रयास किए जाएं जिसमें उनको रोजगार बाहर आसानी से मुहैया हो। ये वो एफिलिएशन सर्टिफिकेट है सर जो हमें NCVT से द्वारा दिया गया है। ये 2 कोर्सेज सर, वुडवर्क टेक्नीशियन का कोर्स जो 1 साल का है, जिसमें अभी तक हमें, क्योंकि हमारी जेल छोटी जेल है और उसमें इनमेट्स काफी कम है, लगभग 250 के आसपास अभी आज की डेट में इनमेट्स कन्विक्ट है और ये केवल कन्विक्ट के लिए भी शुरू किया गया है। 19 मेल ने इसमें अपने आप को एनरोल कराया है। और दूसरा कोर्स दूसरा कोर्स सर जो कि स्विंग टेक्नोलॉजी के ऊपर है, ये भी 1 साल का कोर्स है। इसमें अभी तक हमारे पास 11 पुरुष कैदियों ने और 3 महिला कैदियों ने इसमें अपना एनरोलमेंट कराया है। एनरोलमेंट से पहले सर जो प्रक्रिया है उसमें उनको बाकायदा उनका स्किल को आइडेंटिफाई किया जाता है, फिर उसके बाद उनका एजुकेशन सर्टिफिकेट जो बेसिक मिनिमम है यहाँ पे 8th क्लास का, उसको देख करके साथ ही साथ उनका इंटरेस्ट देख करके हम उनको एनरोल करते हैं। ये सारे के सारे जो कोर्सेज हैं इसके लिए हमें सपोर्ट मिलता है डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एजुकेशन, टेक्निकल एजुकेशन के द्वारा। वे हमें यहाँ पे जो ट्रेनर्स हैं वो देते हैं, और साथ ही साथ मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ स्किल डेवलपमेंट की तरफ से भी हमें सहयोग मिलता रहा है। इसके लिए सर जो भी जरूरी इक्विपमेंट्स हैं वो उनकी व्यवस्था हमारे पास ITI में हो चुकी है जेल में। हमें उचित जो इक्विपमेंट हैं उसके लिए एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की तरफ से प्रॉपर फंड मिल चुका है, और साथ ही साथ और जितने भी आगे हम कोर्स प्रपोज कर रहे हैं जिसमें और शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन के कोर्सेज भी हैं, जिसमें हम साइबर से रिलेटेड कोर्सेज या कंप्यूटर एप्लीकेशन के कोर्सेज या और शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन के कोर्सेज में कोई और सर्टिफिकेट जो कि हमारे पास आते हैं असिस्टेंट वगैरह के, वो भी हम इसमें कराने का प्लान कर रहे हैं। साथ ही साथ हमने प्लान किया है कि इसमें अभी 1 साल के अलावा 3 साल का जो डिप्लोमा, जैसा कि हमारा उद्देश्य है कि अगर कोई लंबी अवधि तक के लिए यदि यहाँ पर कोई कन्विक्ट है तो उसको यदि उसका अपग्रेडेशन करके उसको डिप्लोमा भी कराया जा सके, तो उसके लिए भी हम प्रयास कर रहे हैं सर। इसके अलावा सर हमने इसके जो छोटी सी मैं इसमें बता देना चाहता हूं कि सर इसके जो ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर के अलावा हमने अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर से भी आग्रह किया है, जैसे कि हमने काफ़ी फर्नीचर हाउसेज और कुछ गारमेंट फैक्ट्रीज उनके साथ भी आग्रह किया है कि वो भी जब इन लोगों के बाहर जाएं तो उनको ये प्रायोरिटी पे लेकर के इनको रोजगार मुहैया कराएं। धन्यवाद सर।
Thank you so much. Our next presentation focuses on Haryana's skill development journey, and I invite Shri Satish Balan, Inspector General of Police, Prisons, Haryana, on the stage.
Good evening, Honorable Judges of Supreme Court, Punjab and Haryana High Court, respected dignitaries, esteemed colleagues and guests. Sir, I am here to present the transformational vision of the Punjab and Haryana High Court and Haryana Prisons Department, that is confinement to confidence. Reform, rehabilitate and reintegrate the inmates into the society. So we are guided by the ethos of hate the crime, not the criminal. Our department strives to ensure that prisons remain not the end of justice, but its continuation. So we are all aware that the Constitution of India places human dignity at the core of our justice system. Our objective is not only punishment alone, but transformation. So transformation of the inmate into a capable person, into a confident person. We strive to provide every inmate with opportunity, equity, and also strive to rehabilitate them, even behind the bars. So this is general administrative structure of the Haryana Prisons Department, sir. So though we are seeing a sharp manpower gap in Haryana prisons, there is almost 41% vacancies, especially at the lower level in the warder and supervisory ranks. Yet, despite functioning with less than 60% of the required staff, Haryana Prisons continues to deliver secure, humane, and reform-focused correctional administration, maximizing every available resources within our department to uphold the mandate of justice and rehabilitation. So this is the overview of Haryana prisons, sir. We operate 20 district prisons and 2 open-air prisons with a designated capacity of 2,324. We have a population of 27,568 inmates. So we are operating at overcrowding of 116%, lesser than the national average, but still this overcrowding makes reintegration programs more crucial than ever. So this is the snapshot of the jail population, sir. The overcrowding varies from 100% to 147%. So because of the crime intensity of the districts. So we already had few welfare activities and industrial activities running in the prisons before this initiative. I just wanted to highlight those initiatives. And the welfare, our focus goes beyond the confinement. Health, we focus on health, hygiene, food safety, and mental well-being. These are all our priorities. Our initiatives include prison hospitals. We have RO water systems in every prison because the TDS of the groundwater in hinterland of Haryana, they are very, very poor. So the RO water is must for the inmates. We have central laundries in every prison. We have the counselors in every prison for the counseling the inmates who get into depression or other mental illness. We have libraries in each prison. Each woman inmate is ensured of her sanitary dignity also. We consider these are not perks. These are rights that ensure human dignity of the inmates. So these are the current industrial activities in our prisons, sir. So they vary from iron furnitures, wood furnitures, our tents are very popular. The entire police department purchase the tent requirement of the department from the prisons only. We have oil mills. So entire oil consumption in the prison that is manufactured in the oil mills of the prisons only. The aloe vera products of Yamunanagar are very popular. It has very good market outside. And the bakery and sweets of Ambala and Yamunanagar again very popular. And we have the outlet just outside the Ambala prison. So there is, so in total the annual the revenue of all these products remains around 9 crores. So we are running petrol pumps also. So there are two petrol pumps which have been running for past 1 year. 6 more petrol pumps are coming up. It is in the process. Now I am going to discuss about the vision of Punjab and Haryana High Court. So the meetings for inaugurating this Polytechnic and skill development courses have been being done by Honorable Justice Kuldeep Tripathi for past almost 6 months. So he quite often repeats this statement: the true reform of a prison lies in how well it prepares a person for integration to society with dignity, with skill and with hope. Under his guidance, so the slide reflects judicial vision led by Honorable Justice Kuldeep Tripathi, who strongly upholds that reintegration is justice, it's not charity. Under his guidance and with the dynamic leadership of Dr. Sumita Mishra, IAS, Additional Chief Secretary Jails, and Shri Alok Rai, IPS, Director General of Prisons, Haryana, prisons in Haryana are transforming into centers of reform and human dignity. Visions and missions translate into real results only when there is a political will. So this, the vision and the mission statement given by the Punjab and Haryana has been actively supported by the Haryana government, and they have given the budget. They have facilitated, they have expedited each process to inaugurate this polytechnic today. So expedite each process to complete the procedures within 1 month. The Haryana government has shown firm commitment to this reform journey. And that is why we are able to inaugurate this important initiatives today. So our mission is focused on 3 R's, sir: reform, rehabilitate, and reintegrate. We place education and skills as the foundation for transformation and future citizenship of these inmates. The objectives of these initiatives are very clear. To provide skill-based training linked with industry requirements. We are going to ask the industries in future what kind of skills they require, what kind of employees they would be in need of. Then based on their inputs, we will start the courses and we will give back the inmates for their industrial requirements. So to provide recognized ITA and diploma certificates for all those who undergo these courses, so valid certificates. So preparing these inmates for both government and private employment, to provide sustainable and self-employment for these inmates, and obviously we expect the reduction in the recidivism. Every trained inmate reduces future harm and increases certainly the future contribution. At present, sir, we offer, these are the skill development courses we offer. At present, we offer first, which we inaugurated in the Gurugram prison, Diploma, a 3-year course in computer engineering. 29 students have been already enrolled in this program, and in principle approval has come from the AICTE, and this month they are going to conduct the inspection. We have purchased all the equipments. We have recruited the instructors required for the course, and the lab has been established. So the classes have been going on for past 1 month, but this week the inspections will be done and the necessary approval will be expedited by the AICTE. Principal approval, it has been given, sir. And ITA courses, 1-year courses have been running in these prisons. There are 255 inmates who are undergoing these courses across 12 different disciplines in 5 key centers: Ambala, Karnal, Yamunanagar, Kurukshetra and Gurugram. We also run short-term skill programs. We have trained more than 600 inmates. So these short-term skill programs are vary between 30 days to 90 days. So these are the different trades in which the skills are provided: dressmaking, welding, the computer operators, welder, plumbing, electrician, carpentry, cosmetology. In all these trades we are providing the skills. So we foresee certain benefits out of these courses. When inmates, we expect when inmates re-enter society with skills, their livelihood won't be dependent on crime. Jobs, emotional stability, family support, these allow them to choose a lawful future complemented with these skills. So we expect there will be certainly some positive impact on the society. So this is a public safety strategy. Every rehabilitated inmate is one less person returning to crime and one more contributing citizen supporting Haryana's industrial growth. So we are collaborating with industries, educational institutions, NGOs, HKRNL to ensure direct placement support on release, so that the transformation inside prison continues outside also. The road ahead: Our vision for the future includes expanding the technical education to all major jails, strong private sector partnerships. We have invited a few industries here also. Evidence-based monitoring under Honorable High Court. So institutionalizing the reintegration in the rules. So this is our, again, the concluding remarks. Again, a quote by Honorable Justice Kuldeep Tiwari, that when a jail becomes a place of learning, crime loses a student and society gains a contributor. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir. With profound honor, we now proceed to the inauguration of the skill development centers in the jails of Punjab and UT Chandigarh through virtual mode. These centers will not merely train hands, but they will empower minds. These centers will not merely teach skills, they will restore dignity. They will not merely prepare inmates for the jobs, but they will prepare them for the new chapter of life.
Here is the moment where this initiative receives its sanctity at the hands of Honorable the Chief Justice of India. May I now please request Honorable Mr. Justice Suryakant, Chief Justice of India, to kindly initiate the virtual inauguration of Punjab at Patiala Jail. May I now please request the Honorable Chief Justice of India to do the virtual inauguration of UT Chandigarh at Budail Jail.
Thank you so much, Lordship. This historic initiative marks a new beginning and shall ripple transformative waves across the tapestry of our correctional landscape.
Today, we have the privilege of presence of Honorable Mr. Justice Ashwini Kumar Mishra, Judge, Punjab and Haryana High Court, come Chairman, Computer Committee and Artificial Intelligence Committee, also the Executive Chairman, Punjab State Legal Services Authority. Honorable Lordship is a legal luminary of exceptional depth and distinction. And on behalf of today's gathering, I extend a warm and respectful welcome to His Lordship, and with profound honor, I request Honorable Mr. Justice Ashwini Kumar Mishra to kindly deliver the address.
Esteemed Honorable Mr. Justice Suryakant ji, our respected Chief Justice of India, my elder brothers from the Supreme Court, Honorable Mr. Justice Ahsanuddin Amanullah ji, Honorable Mr. Justice Rajesh Bindal ji, and Honorable Mr. Justice A.G. Masih ji, my sister and brother judges on the dais, the senior officers of the government of Punjab, Haryana, and Chandigarh, the Advocate General Punjab who's there in the front, esteemed members of the bar, members of the Legal Service Authority, members of print and other media, ladies and gentlemen. It is a matter of great honor for me to address this distinguishing gathering on a subject that strikes at the very heart of justice. Empowering lives behind bars, a real change, correctional justice. Today's gathering carries special significance not merely because of the importance of the theme, but also because of the gracious presence of Honorable the Chief Justice of India. His Lordship is not only the head of the Indian judiciary, but also a proud son of soil. It is both symbolic and inspiring that a cause rooted in correction, compassion, and constitutional conscience is being addressed here on the very land that has shaped the Chief Justice of our nation. It is for this reason that Haryana takes rightful pride today, not only in hosting your Lordship, but in sharing its soil with the highest judicial minds of the country, along with other eminent personalities. India's criminal jurisprudence emphasizes reformation of the convict, and therefore does not conclude when conviction is recorded. In fact, in many ways, it begins there. Correctional justice, therefore, is not softness. It is wisdom. It is justice infused with humanity. The reformative theory of criminal justice recognizes a fundamental truth. Crime is not the symptom, not the disease. If punishment alone were effective, our prisons would be empty. The real question before us is not how long should a person be punished, but how well has the system prepared him to return to society. Correctional justice does not merely punish wrongdoing, it ensures reformation of an errant individual for his reintegration into society. I would like to read out a quote from Mr. Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer, as His Lordship observed in Muhammad Ghiyasuddin's case. And this is something which we all have heard, but I think this is the right occasion to remind ourselves. Every saint has a past and every sinner a future. Never write off the man wearing the criminal attire, but remove the dangerous degeneracy in him. Restore his retarded human potential by holistic healing of his fevered, fatigued or frustrated inside, and by repairing the repressive, though hidden, injustice of the social order, which is vicariously guilty of the criminal behavior of many innocent convicts. Law must rise with life, and jurisprudence responds to humanism. He further observed that the Gandhian diagnosis of offenders as patients and his conception of prisons as hospital, mental and moral, is the key to the pathology of delinquency and therapeutic use of punishment. The whole man is a healthy man, and every man is born good. Criminality is curable deviance. If every saint has a past, every sinner has a future, then it is the role of law to remind both of this. And this is what the Punjab and Haryana High Court is trying to do it today. These words are not rhetoric, they are the core of our judicial philosophy. Justice that does not heal only postpones crime. No human being is beyond reform, only beyond opportunity. The initiative of Punjab and Haryana High Court, in partnership with the governments of Haryana, Punjab and Chandigarh, moves reform from theory into practice. I had noted, and I would have liked to say so many things, but because of the presentation already there and the shortage of time, I will skip all this portion, except to mention at this juncture that these ameliorative measures are led by our esteemed colleague, Brother Mr. Justice Kuldeep Tiwari, who has worked tirelessly turning his thoughts into action with the support of our Chief Justice, Honorable Mr. Justice Shri Naguji. There are a number of things, except that one more paragraph I would say that today's event also marks the beginning of a month-long campaign for eradication of drugs in the society. The month-long campaign Youth Against Drug is an attempt to ensure that our youth contributes to the growth of society and does not indulge in drugs, which may also lead to his involvement in crime. In a way, it is a correction before the event. Awareness today prevents incarceration tomorrow. Drugs do not merely destroy bodies, they destroy families, futures and faith. At the last, I would only say that when judges speak to youth, the law gains a human voice. The Indian judiciary has consistently affirmed that prisoners are not slaves of the state. Correctional justice, therefore, is not indulgence, it is public safety. Correctional justice is constitutional courage. Empowering prisoners protects society. A system that punishes alone produces bitterness. A system that reforms builds nation. Let our prisons not manufacture repeat offenders, but help in restoring responsible citizens. Let our courts not merely sentence, but shape futures. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Lordship, for enriching and shaping us with your thoughtful insights and rich experience. Ladies and gentlemen, at the helm of this transformation stands a jurist whose presence exudes intellect and unwavering conviction, a leader whose administrative vision has brought new energy, new direction, and new architecture to the judicial system. Honorable Mr. Justice Sheel Nagu, Chief Justice, Punjab and Haryana High Court, has travelled a remarkable journey, and I request Honorable the Chief Justice to please enlighten us with this special address.
Namaskar and a very good evening to everyone. Honorable Mr. Justice Suryakant, Chief Justice of India, Honorable Mr. Justice Ehsanuddin Amanullah, Honorable Mr. Justice Rajesh Bindal, Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. Justice Augustine George Massey, Judge Supreme Court of India, my esteemed sisters and brothers on the bench, Advocate General of Punjab, Chairman and other members of the Bar Council of Punjab and Haryana, President and other executive members of Bar Association, Punjab and Haryana, respected senior advocates, dear members of the Bar, media personnel, functionaries of the state of Punjab, Haryana, UT administration, ladies and gentlemen. It is my proud privilege and to acknowledge the esteemed presence of Honorable the Chief Justice of India, Mr. Justice Suryakant, whose leadership continues to shape and elevate the course of justice in our nation. We are confident that under his stewardship, the judiciary shall increasingly emphasize correctional justice, rehabilitation and the dignity of every individual, including those behind bars. Thank you, sir, for being with us and gracing the occasion. I am equally privileged and honored to welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Ehsanuddin Amanullah, Honorable Mr. Justice Rajesh Bindal and Honorable Mr. Justice Augustine Massey, who are distinguished figures in the field of law and justice and true beacons of inspiration for many aspiring legal professionals. Sirs, your participation in this seminar reflects your deep commitment to the cause of justice, and we are truly grateful for your esteemed presence. Prisons give an impression of discipline and custody, but our Constitution through Article 21 does not stop at protecting life and personal liberty of free citizens, but extends even to those who are behind bars. Our constitutional ethos recognizes that every individual is amenable to change for the better. It is in this spirit that today's initiative must be understood. The inauguration of integrated skill development centers and ITI courses in the prisons of Punjab, Haryana and Chandigarh marks a decisive shift from custodial to reformatory ecosystem, which extends opportunity for reorientation learning and reintegration into society. And perhaps the most importantly, it gives them a renewed sense of self-worth. What makes this initiative significant is that it is not confined to one jurisdiction, one department. Punjab, Haryana and Union Territory of Chandigarh have come together with a shared vision. This inter-institutional cooperation involving judiciary, the prison administration and the technical education departments represents a model for the entire country. Concept of reformation requires a bridge that transforms a trained inmate into an employable citizen. If an individual leaves prison with a certificate in hand and a job opportunity ahead, the journey of reform becomes meaningful. The objective is clear, that no individual should return to society unprepared or unsupported. I would also take this opportunity to acknowledge another initiative that intersects with today's theme, the Youth Against Drugs campaign, spearheaded jointly by the legal service authorities of Punjab, Haryana and Chandigarh. Drug abuse is not merely a criminal problem, it is a public health crisis, a social problem and an impediment to national progress. This august gathering reaffirms the judiciary's commitment that no life is beyond redemption and no human being is beyond the reach of reformation. While concluding, I would like to leave you with a thought from Justice Krishna Iyer, whose vision continues to illuminate this domain. When you open the gates of learning, you close the gates of crime. May our collective efforts continue to uphold the ideals of our Constitution and strengthen the foundations of a just and compassionate society. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Lordship. Today we have amongst us a man of sharp intellect, wide-ranging experience and exceptional warmth. He is none other than Honorable My Lords Augustine George Massey. May I please invite Honorable Mr. Justice Augustine George Massey for giving his address.
Honorable Brother Justice Suryakant, Chief Justice of India, Justice Amanullah and Justice Rajesh Bindal, Judges of the Honorable Supreme Court of India, Chief Justice of the Punjab and Haryana High Court, brother judges and sisters on and off the dais from Punjab and Haryana High Court and the Delhi High Court, the Chief Secretary for the Government of Haryana, Mr. Anurag Rastogi, the Additional Chief Secretary, Dr. Mishra, the Director General of Prisons, Mr. Rai, members of the judicial fraternity, judges from various parts of the states of Punjab and Haryana, members of the bar, as also the members of the family of the legal services authorities. We are all together here for a very simple but important cause. Simple, I am saying, for the reason that it's easier said than done, because we are here looking forward to a transformation of the prisons from a place of punishment to those of rebirth for those who have been on the wrong side of the law. It actually starts from the colonial history when our leaders who were fighting for the freedom and struggling, they were treated with suppression. They had to suffer because of the fact that they were being ruled and pushed. And we never wanted this to continue even after we moved on to the situation where we got independence. And that's where the prison reforms came in. Committees were formed, and those committees ultimately came out with various suggestions. Those committees took into consideration the various other reports which were globally taken into consideration for reforms. The commitment of rehabilitation is echoed globally in Marymount Manhattan College in New York, USA, that offers degree programs for the women incarcerated at the Bedford Hill Correctional Facility, where it is quoted as, "Prison education is a means of rehabilitating and redirecting. If you release someone with the same skills with which she came in, she is going to get involved in the same activities as she did before." This becomes the motto for us to now look forward to improving and bringing about changes in the skills of the inmates which come in after being put on the wrong side of law. A prison loses its right to liberty, but retains his right to be treated as a human being and as a person. Correctional justice system must focus on underscoring systematic issues and behaviors that lead to criminality and course correcting individuals by providing them with necessary support. Such a perspective holds not just the individual but society accountable to the causes of criminality. No one is born a criminal. In this light, our government agencies, in collaboration with other institutions, are working relentlessly towards our goal to reintegrate the inmates into society by offering essential skills and job opportunities. The various aspects on that and the efforts and the steps being taken by the government agencies, the prison departments, the NGOs and others have been highlighted by the various presentations which have been put forth to us and is available on the websites as well. In modern times, we have continued to endeavor towards improving the rehabilitative capacities of the prisons. We started with 2016 model prison manuals, which states India shares the universally held view that a sentence of imprisonment would be justifiable only if it is ultimately led to the protection of the society into crown. Such a goal could be achieved only if incarceration motivates and prepares the offender for the law-abiding and self-supporting life after his release. It further accepts that as imprisonment deprives the offender of his liberty and self-determination, the prison system should not be allowed to aggravate the suffering already inherited in the process of incarceration. The new Model Prison Act 2023 has further been brought in, where it enumerates correctional treatment of prisoners with the objective of rehabilitating them as a function of the prisons, including provisions on creating schemes for educational, vocational training and skill development programs for prisons. State of Punjab and Haryana, as we have already seen, and the Union Territory are have undertaken some commendable initiatives specifically focused on the reformation and rehabilitation of inmates. Various steps have been taken. I would not like to highlight them as of now because it would be repetitive. We must continue to take steps towards improving such correctional facilities. Programs must be designed not just for prospective for keeping prisoners busy and training them in skills enough to sustain themselves when they rejoin society, but to create interventions of such form that maximize the individual's interest. Otherwise, the danger lies in prisoners perceiving such programs as an act of wasting their time or as a form of punishment. Reform must be conceptualized from the perspective of channelizing and guiding their energies to new and lawful paths. The best prison reforms focus on humanizing incarceration, prioritizing rehabilitation and reintegration, utilizing technology and implementing impactful programs to reduce reoffense, often guided by UN Mandela rules, shifting from pure punishment to preparing inmates for societal returns. In Norway in 1990s, it was found that roughly 70% of the released prisoners recommitted crimes within 2 years of their release. However, the system was overhauled, and that correctional model was in the form of giving them not merely punishment or further putting them to difficult situations, but bringing in reforms, which is now reflected in India, which is also being used, which we call the open prisons. This concept, as is being made operational, with fewer restrictions, encouraging anatomy, autonomy, and farming, vocational work, expanding these facilities, especially for low risk and nearing release inmates, is vital for skill development and post-release preparedness. In South Korea, emphasis on digital monitoring, where they use GPS anklets for low-risk offenders as an alternative to incarceration, which will ensure compliance with court orders and reduces jail overcrowding, which we are facing out here. As the data was projected, we are in fact having much more inmates than we do have the capacity for that. We can even look in for the concept of house arrest, where low-risk offenders can be kept and their movement can be tracked utilizing the technology. Another concept which is being now used and which is quite productive, which I think is in District Jail Karnal, where the initiative of Gaushala has been taken and is being given effect to, which reduces the focus of the prisoners from useless thoughts which may cross an idle mind and do some productive work. Reforms show a global shift from punitive justice to systems focused on human dignity and societal reintegration, recognizing that human treatment and skill building reduce crime and create safer communities is the aim and purpose of the reforms. I would therefore suggest that the states must swiftly adopt the Model Prisons and Correctional Service Act 2023 to replace the outdated 1894 Act. This legislative shift is crucial to formalize the emphasis on rehabilitation and reintegration. We should all endeavor to bring in those people who have, because of their situations in life, moved into and are now the inmates, so that they become productive and contribute to the further enhancement and being a part of the society. I wish and pray that the efforts which are being put in, especially by Punjab and Haryana, as also the UT and the jails department along with the NGOs and the judiciary putting in its efforts with the legal services authorities taking the initiative, becomes a huge success, and we do not find people moving in not only successively but even doing something which is non-productive. Another aspect which I would like to highlight is an effort should be made to find out as to who all are likely to commit such crimes which may lead them to being ultimately ending up in prison. If that effort could be made and our governments start thinking on such projects, this problem may to a great extent be taken care of. Thank you and wish you all the best for this endeavor.
Thank you, Lordship. It is our profound privilege to have amongst us Honorable Mr. Justice Rajesh Bindal, Judge, Supreme Court of India. In his Lordship's presence today, we are reminded of the ideals that define an exemplary judge, clarity of vision and fairness in approach. May I request the Lordship to please do the address.
Head of our judicial family, Honorable Mr. Justice Surya Kant, Chief Justice of India. Other sister and brother judges on our of the dais, I will not name all of the guests present here, dignitaries, because already a number of time repeated. Seeing the time, I will use the technology. My brother is there, Justice Ashwini Mishra is in charge of computer committee, so I will just copy and paste. Now, दूसरी बात ये है कि अभी ब्रदर अमनुल्लाह बता रहे थे कि मैं हरियाणा में आया हूँ तो कुछ चेंज लग रही है, तो मैं उनको ये बता रहा हूँ कि यहाँ आके हिंदी निकलने लग जाती है. Seeing the time, I will only say a few words. कि आइडिया बहुत अच्छा है, इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं, एवरीबडी हैज सेड इट, आई विल नॉट रिपीट ऑल दिस थिंग्स. क्राइम के अंदर बहुत सारे लोग हमारे हार्डन्ड क्रिमिनल हैं, बहुत सारे सर्कमस्टांसेस के फोर्स्ड. सो एक तो वो बड़ा डिफरेंस है. आई थिंक जो जेल अथॉरिटीज़ हैं हमारी, दे कैन वेरी वेल मेक आउट ऑफ दैट. आइडिया रिफॉर्म करने का है. कैपेसिटी से अबाउट 120% हमारे यहाँ इनमेट्स हैं. और इस आइडिया का पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट क्या है? अगर आप काम नहीं कराएंगे उनसे जेल में कोई, तो वो किसी न किसी गपशप में इधर उधर बैठेंगे, तो जो हार्डन्ड क्रिमिनल हैं उनके लिंक में आएंगे तो वो क्राइम में ही जाएंगे. तो बेटर आइडिया ये है कि यू सबको बिजी रखो किसी काम में. और भी बहुत सारी एक्टिविटी चलती हैं जेल में, और एक एक्टिविटी पार्ट हो गया जो आप जेल में फैक्ट्रीज चला रहे हैं, प्रोडक्ट बना रहे हैं. कुछ प्रोडक्ट बन भी रहे हैं. मेरे को याद है हम जब शायद छोटे थे, वकालत में भी नहीं आए थे, तो जेल से बहुत सारा सामान सप्लाई होता था. कोर्ट में भी लाइक बस्ते का कपड़ा था या जो फर्नीचर था, बहुत सारा जेल से आता था. अब वो सारी चीज़ें बंद हो गई. जेल के पास बहुत लैंड थी, फार्मिंग बहुत होती थी. अब वो सारी लैंड एक्सप्लॉयट करके वो अर्बनाइजेशन में चली गई, क्योंकि सिटीज़ एक्सपेंड कर गए, तो वो काम भी उनके पास नहीं है. तो कुछ एक्टिविटी हमारे को देनी पड़ेगी, चाहे हम इंडोर दें और आउटडोर एक्टिविटी नहीं है. तो एक तो उसके लिए हमारे को मार्केटिंग उनको देनी पड़ेगी, जो मार्केटिंग अभी लैकिंग है. जो मैं देखता हूँ कि बहुत सारे प्रोडक्ट बन रहे हैं पर मार्केटिंग नहीं है. अगर कोई शॉप है तो वो जब जेल के बाहर है, वो ऐसी जगह है जहाँ लोग जाने से वैसे ही कतराते हैं. तो बेटर आइडिया ये है कि कहीं हम प्रॉपर जगह उनको दें जहाँ लोग जा सकें. और जाने के बाद दूसरी चीज़ ये है कि आजकल ई-कॉमर्स का ज़माना है. कोई पोर्टल भी बना सकते हैं जिसपे एक पोर्टल के ऊपर आप सारी प्रोडक्ट दो, आपके सारे प्रोडक्ट कॉम्पिटिटिव हैं, तो इट कैन बी देयर. तो ये एक्टिविटी की बात तो एक डिफरेंट होगी. सर्टिफिकेट हम दे रहे हैं उनको क्वालिफिकेशन का, ये अच्छी बात है. बट एक डिफ़िकल्टी ये है कि प्रोबेबली ये गवर्नमेंट जॉब में नहीं जा सकेंगे मोस्ट ऑफ देम, क्योंकि वहाँ तो एक क्लॉज है कि आपका क्रिमिनल बैकग्राउंड नहीं होना चाहिए. तो वो एक एंगल है विच हैज़ टू बी थॉट ओवर बाय द गवर्नमेंट ऑल्सो, कि किस किस क्राइम को वो माइनस करेंगे, किस किस क्राइम को वो नहीं लेंगे जॉब में. मे भी कोई छोटे छोटे क्राइम हैं, लाइक रिफॉर्मेटिव हम उसमें जा रहे हैं, तो वी शुड डू इट। दूसरा प्रॉब्लम आएगी एज बार उनकी, क्वालिफिकेशन तो ले लेंगे, गवर्नमेंट सर्विस के लिए एक फिक्स एज है, कोई रिलैक्सेशन है नहीं है उसमें ये नहीं पता, वो भी सारी चीज़ें गवर्नमेंट को देखनी पड़ेंगी। और तीसरा एक और जो है प्राइवेट सेक्टर में आपने लेके जाना है इनको अगर, तो एक आइडिया हमने करनाल में फ्लोट किया था, थोड़ा सा आई थिंक मशीन लगी हुई थी, एक प्राइवेट एंटरप्रेन्योर्स जो बिजनेसमैन हैं, इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट हैं, उनकी मशीनें जेल में लगवा दी, रॉ मटेरियल भी वहीं से आ रहा है, प्रोडक्ट भी वो जेल के आदमियों को ट्रेन करेंगे, मे भी वो अच्छे हैं तो बाद में रिलीज होंगे तो वो फैक्ट्री वाला उसको एम्प्लॉय कर लेगा। इंस्टेड के भी हम बाद में उनको कहेंगे जी ये हमारे पास से स्किल लेके गया है आप एम्प्लॉय करो, क्योंकि उनका जो आदमी वहाँ पे आएगा जेल का, जो फैक्ट्री का, वो उनका काम देख लेगा 2-3 साल 4 साल, सर्टिफिकेट है या नहीं है, ऑलवेज ही कैन बी एम्प्लॉयड देयर, वो ले सकता है उसको जॉब में। एक ये चीज़ एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हैं, हमारे को रॉ मटेरियल भी नहीं लेना, कुछ नहीं लेना, जेल में सामान बनेगा, उसकी मार्केटिंग की प्रॉब्लम हमारी नहीं है। और एक्टिविटीज़ मैंने देखी हैं पंजाब हरियाणा में भी, कई जेल्स में हैं, हरियाणा में ज़्यादा देखी मैंने एक्टिविटी। अब सूरजकुंड क्राफ्ट मेले में भी वो शॉप लगाते हैं, सेल है उसमें कुछ, बट स्टिल मार्केटिंग ज़्यादा चाहिए। और एक और भी चीज़ मैंने देखी कि कुछ स्किल ऐसे हैं वहाँ इनमेट्स के पास, जब वो चला जाता है तो उसके बाद वो स्किल पास ऑन नहीं हो रहा, और बहुत अच्छे अच्छे स्किल हैं। और मेरे को याद है करनाल जेल में एक ये जो आपके मैगज़ीन हैं, इसको रोल करके वो फेविकोल से चिपका के बहुत सारी चीज़ें बनाता था, एक इनमेट था वहाँ पे। जब मैं दोबारा बाद में बात हुई पता लगा कि जी वो तो रिलीज़ हो गया, अब तो वो बनता नहीं है सामान। तो बहुत अच्छी चीज़ें थी, बड़े फ्लावर पॉट काफ़ी चीज़ें वो मतलब उसको बनाता था, सिर्फ फेविकोल से ब्रिक ब्रिक उसके वो बना के। जम्मू में भी बहुत काम होता है जेल में, मैंने देखा उनकी भी शॉप बाहर ही है क्योंकि वो जेल सिटी के अंदर ही है। तो ये सारी चीज़ें ठीक है, स्किल भी हमने दे दिया। मेरे ख्याल अगर हम उनको स्किल देंगे सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयमेंट की तो वो ज़्यादा बेटर रहेगा। वहाँ किसी ने सर्टिफिकेट नहीं देखना, वहाँ कोई ये नहीं देखता, शॉप पे आते हैं कि भी इसके पास कोई क्रिमिनल बैकग्राउंड है या नहीं है, नॉर्मली शॉप खुल गई है तो ठीक है। एक उसमें स्टेप करने वाली जो बात है कि शायद किसी बैंकों से हमारे को लिंक करके कोई थोड़ा बहुत अगर उनको पैसा चाहिए कोई मशीन छोटी मोटी खरीदने के लिए, तो वो भी हम थोड़ा सा कोऑर्डिनेट कर लें तो शायद ये ज़्यादा सोसाइटी में इंटरमिंगल होंगे। और साथ में ही कितनी कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री चल रही है, उसमें बहुत सारे स्किल्ड आदमी चाहिए हमारे को, तो उनको उस तरह की स्किल दें तो वो किसी कॉन्ट्रैक्टर के पास लगा देंगे, तो वहाँ तो बहुत काम चल रहा है। वहाँ अभी जो बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्ट हो रही है वहाँ किसी रेजिडेंशियल नॉर्मल आदमी की इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं है अभी कि वो ये चेक करेगा कि मैंने जो प्लम्बर एंगेज किया है उसका कोई क्रिमिनल बैकग्राउंड तो नहीं है। वहाँ कुछ नहीं देखना है किसी ने, वो तो एक कॉन्ट्रैक्टर ने एंगेज करने हैं, हज़ारों आदमी एंगेज करने हैं, उसने बड़े बड़े प्रोजेक्ट हमारे NCR में कितने चल रहे हैं, थ्रू आउट इंडिया तो बहुत चल रहे हैं। तो वो अगर हम स्किल देंगे, उनसे अगर हम उनको लिंक कर देंगे, और उसके अंदर एक चीज़ ख्याल रखने वाली है कि हमारे पास 3 इडियट फिल्म ने देखी होगी, किसी का इंटरेस्ट तो हो कारपेंट्री में, हम उसको सिखाएंगे प्लम्बरी तो उसका फ़ायदा नहीं होगा। तो आई थिंक ये बहुत अच्छा इनिशिएटिव है, आई कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस और बेस्ट विशेज़ ऑल्सो टू दी हाई कोर्ट जजेस जो हमने इतना काम किया उन्होंने, और पंजाब एंड हरियाणा जो स्टेट्स हैं और UT है। इस प्रोजेक्ट को हमारे को छोड़ना नहीं है, लेके चलना है आगे, सो दैट वी कैन अचीव समथिंग एंड बी एन एग्जाम्पल फॉर द इंटायर कंट्री। थैंक यू। जय।
Under the visionary guidance of Honorable Mr. Justice Ashwini Kumar Mishra, Honorable Mrs. Justice Lisa Gill, and Honorable Mr. Justice Deepak Sibal, special anti-drug programs have been launched focusing on preventive outreach and restorative justice.
May I now request all the honorable dignitaries on the dais to kindly unveil the anti-drug awareness campaign brochures marking the formal inauguration of this collective endeavor.
It's a determination to protect, to uplift, and to empower. We shall now take a brief moment to watch an audio-visual presentation. May I kindly request to play the presentation, please.
The Punjab State Legal Services Authority presents a month-long statewide anti-drug awareness campaign, Youth Against Drugs, from 6 December 2025 to 6 January 2026, a full month of activities across Punjab. awareness marches, school and college activities, debates, poster making competitions, street plays, health camps, rehabilitation sessions. Participating in this campaign will be judicial officers, advocates, doctors, police, paralegal volunteers, gram panchayats, schools and colleges, NGOs and media. In prisons, legal literacy lectures, at religious places, special awareness programs, and in every district, a youth walkathon. Join the movement for a drug-free Punjab, and a rare Punjab is a secure Punjab.
किसानों, जवानों और पहलवानों के लिए विश्व भर में प्रसिद्ध हरियाणा प्रदेश के लगभग हर उम्र के लोगों को आज नशे ने अपने चंगुल में फंसाया हुआ है। चिंता की बात तो ये है कि नशे का ये ट्रेंड युवाओं में कुछ ज्यादा ही फैला हुआ है। इससे जहां उनकी खुद की जिंदगी खराब होती है, वहीं परिवार और समाज का भी नुकसान होता है।
नशे वगैरह से सिर्फ शरीर ही खराब नहीं होता, बल्कि जो मानसिक एबिलिटीज़ हैं, मेंटल एबिलिटीज़ हैं, वो भी बहुत ज़्यादा इफेक्ट होती है। तो ये सब छोड़ो और अपने वापस अपने देसी खाने और देसी रहन सहन पर आओ।
हरियाणा राज्य विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण आप सबसे अपील करता है, अगर आपके भी घर परिवार या आस पड़ोस में कोई नशे की लत से ग्रस्त है और उसको उससे छुटकारा पाने के लिए सहायता चाहिए, तो इसके लिए आप हालसा के टोल फ्री नंबर 15100 पर संपर्क करें, ताकि ऐसे व्यक्ति को उसी के जिले में नशा मुक्ति केंद्र में जगह दिलाई जा सके।
यदा चर्मवत् कामानां कृतानां निरोधनम तदा आत्मवशो भूत्वा परमात्मवशो भवेत्। जब इंसान अपनी इच्छाओं पर नियंत्रण करता है, तभी उसे सही राह मिलती है। लेकिन आज नशे की लत हमारे युवाओं के सपनों पर अंधेरा डाल रही है। ये केवल एक संघर्ष नहीं, बल्कि भविष्य को नष्ट करने वाला खतरा है। इसी के खिलाफ राज्य विधिक सेवा प्राधिकरण चंडीगढ़ ने एक मशाल जलाई है, जिसका नाम है नशा मुक्त युवा सुरक्षित कल की ओर। हमारा उद्देश्य है कि जागरूकता, रोकथाम और कानूनी मदद समाज के आखिरी व्यक्ति तक पहुंचे। ये लड़ाई अब पूरे शहर की जिम्मेदारी बन चुकी है। आज स्कूल से लेकर कॉलेज तक छात्र उम्मीद के दूत बन रहे हैं। वे संकल्प ले रहे हैं जीवन को चुनने का और नशे को ठुकराने का। नुक्कड़ नाटक और जागरूकता अभियानों के जरिए हम हर घर तक ये संदेश पहुंचा रहे हैं कि हम नशे के खिलाफ एक मजबूत ढाल बनकर खड़े हैं। आइए हम सब मिलकर चंडीगढ़ को नशा मुक्त बनाने का वादा करें, एक स्पष्ट संदेश दें, नशे को दूर करें, जीवन में रंग भरें।
We are profoundly humbled to welcome Honorable Mr. Justice S. Anuddin Amma Unna, Judge, Supreme Court of India. With reverent hearts, we respectfully invite Honorable Lordship to deliver the address.
Respected Chief Justice of India, Honorable Mr. Justice Surya Kant, my dear brothers, Justice Rajesh Bindal, Justice Augustine Masih, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I am sorry I am restricting myself and not taking names. Almost everybody is known. To all my very dear friends, Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal, गुड इवनिंग एंड अस्सलाम वालेकुम। मेरा यहाँ बोलना एक चांस है, आना भी चांस था और बोलना तो ज़्यादा एक चांस हो गया। बट ये ऐसा एक टॉपिक है जो काफ़ी दिनों से मेरे दिल के करीब रहा है और आज मैं आपको सिर्फ चंद बातें बोलूँगा और वो भी मैं इंस्पायर्ड होकर ऑनरेबल चीफ जस्टिस से बोलूँगा, क्योंकि काफ़ी क्लोजली मैंने इनके आइडियाज़ शेयर किए हैं। इज बीन लाइक अ गार्डियन फॉर मी, मेंटोर। ऑल ऑफ यू, आप लोग सब कोई प्रशासन में, जुडिशरी में हैं, एक प्रयास है, पुलिस में है, प्रिजन डिपार्टमेंट में है, एक प्रयास है कि कैसे जो कॉन्विक्ट्स हैं या अंडर ट्रायल्स हैं, जिन्होंने कुछ अपराध किया है और जिन्हें सज़ा या तो हो गई है या अभी ट्रायल बाकी है, उन्हें कैसे प्रिपेयर किया जाए वापस समाज में आने का। चूँकि इतना इस पर बात हो चुकी है, मैं इस पर ज़्यादा ड्वेल नहीं करूँगा। मैं आपको आज एक दूसरे पहलू पर जो इससे बहुत जुड़ा हुआ है और हो सकता है वो पहलू इस रिहैबिलिटेशन इन द सोसाइटी में वो पहलू ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंट होगा। वो पहलू ये है कि हम कैसे इंश्योर करें सोसाइटी में उनकी एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी। आप आईआईटी बना दीजिए, आप डिग्री दे दीजिए, सब कुछ कर दीजिए, लेकिन अंत में तो उनको सोसाइटी को एक्सेप्ट करना है। जॉब सोसाइटी में ही मिलेगा, परिवार में प्लेस सोसाइटी में ही मिलेगा, समाज में ही मिलेगा। क्या हम उस मानसिकता को ला सके हैं कि एक अपराधी भले वो सच में अपराधी हो या ना हो, अपनी सज़ा काटता है, सज़ा काटने के बाद तो उसे प्योर हो जाता है। हम तीर्थ में जाते हैं, हम जाते हैं उम्रा में, हज में, क्या कॉन्सेप्ट है? हमारे गुनाह, हमारे पाप सब किसी के ऊपर, हम जानते हैं हम पापी हैं, सब खत्म हो जाता है, हमें नई ज़िंदगी मिलती है। और हम समाज में आके बोलते हैं कि मैं तीर्थ करके आया हूँ, मैं हाजी हो गया हूँ, और लोग हमें एक्सेप्ट करते हैं, रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं। क्या ये कॉन्सेप्ट हम अपने एक भाई, समाज के भाई कह लीजिए, अपने बुज़ुर्गों को जिन्होंने जेल में अपनी सज़ा काट के आए, क्या मैं उन्हें वो दर्जा देता हूँ कि इनके पाप भी धुल गए हैं? जो कानून में था, कानून का एक अपराध किया इन्होंने, और जब वापस आए मुझे इन्हें एक्सेप्ट करना चाहिए। मैं आपको एक छोटा सा बात बताऊंगा, क्योंकि आई एम ऑल्सो वांटिंग टू हियर दिस सूर्यकांत। जब मैं आंध्र प्रदेश में था लीगल सर्विसेज का एग्जीक्यूटिव चेयरमैन, तो राजमंड्री एक जगह है, वहाँ मैं गया, बहुत सारे इनमेट्स थे जो देवर ऑन द वर्ज ऑफ कमिंग आउट। तो एक से मैंने पूछा क्या करोगे? बोला अभी तो कुछ सोचा नहीं है, लेकिन कुछ उम्मीद नहीं है, बाहर में क्या करेंगे? हम लोग क्यों? परिवार। बोला परिवार में लोग तो एक्सेप्ट नहीं करेंगे क्योंकि मैं दागी हूँ, जॉब कोई देगा नहीं। मैंने उससे तो नहीं किया, बट मैंने ऑन द स्पॉट जिला प्रशासन को कहा कि हाँ वो एक थोड़ा सा कमर्शियली अच्छी जगह है। मैंने कहा कम से कम 5-10 पेट्रोल पंप ओनर्स, होटल, उनके 5-10 आदमियों को तुम 1 घंटे में जुटा सकते हो? उन्होंने जुटा दिया। मैंने उनसे आग्रह किया कि भाई देखिए ये कर क्या आ रहा है, इसे छोटा सा जॉब दीजिए, या तो बाहर चौकीदार का 6 महीना, 5 महीना, और अगर आपको कॉन्फिडेंस हो तो उन्हें आगे बढ़ाइए। वो एक्सपेरिमेंट काफ़ी सक्सेसफुल हुआ है, मुझे पता चला है, और सारे डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में है। स्लोली एंड स्लोली यू एक्सेप्ट। हम बना तो देते हैं इन्हें, और बनाना चाहिए भी, क्योंकि इन्हें एक्स्ट्रा अर्न करने का हम कैपेसिटी दे रहे हैं। जेल में रहते हुए इनको एक दिशा दे रहे हैं ज़िंदगी में कि मैं सार्थक ज़िंदगी को बनाऊं, और बाहर निकलूं तो मेरी कुछ इज्जत है। लेकिन इज्जत डिग्री से नहीं होती है। हमारे यहाँ ये भारतीय, ऑल ओवर इंडिया, ये मानसिकता है कि हमारा पास हमको कभी छोड़ता नहीं है। इस मानसिकता से निकलने के लिए हम लोग बैठे हुए हैं। ये जिम्मेदारी हम पर ज़्यादा है, ये उन पे नहीं है कि उनको मैं बना दूं, उनको बोलूँ वो निकम्मा है, उसको कुछ बना दो। हर कोई कुछ ना कुछ कर लेगा। सोसाइटी में हर किसी के प्लेस है। ऊपर वाला जब बनाता है तो उसका रिस्क देख के भेजता है, वो कहीं ना कहीं कर लेगा। उसका भी एक परिवार है, परिवार रहेगा। लेकिन रियल इंटीग्रेशन, रिहैबिलिटेशन तब होगा जब हम लोग अपने समाज को इस लेवल पे पहुंचा दें कि जो सज़ा काट के आ रहा है या जो बाहर आया है उसे एक मौका और देना चाहिए, और फिर एक निर्णय पे लेना चाहिए। और उसके लिए ये जो आपके आईटीआई हैं और डिग्रीज हैं, ये हेल्प करेंगे कि वो समाज में कॉन्फिडेंस हो सकता है कि ये केवल लोअर लेवल पे नहीं बल्कि एक अच्छे लेवल पे समाज में सकारात्मक रोल निभा सकता है। और जैसे जस्टिस बिंदल ने कहा, एंगेज एवरीबडी। अभी आंकड़े के हिसाब से ओनली 1% आर इन्वॉल्व। ऐसा होना चाहिए कि सब कोई इन्वॉल्व रहे। एन आइडल मैन इज द डेविल्स वर्कशॉप। आप म्यूजिकल कॉन्सर्ट, सबको शाम में भजन होगा, भाई 100 आदमी भजन ही गाएंगे, माइंड डाइवर्ट रहे, कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्ड हो। अभी मैं एक जगह, मैं नाम नहीं लूँगा उस अफसर का, मैं भावुक हो गया। उन्होंने इंट्रोड्यूस कराया कि ये रेडियो जॉकी है बेचारा। ये अनुकंपा जो उस ऑफिसर के मुंह से निकला वो मेरे दिल को छू दिया। उसने ये देखता है वो ऑफिसर संवेदनशील है, उसकी इसमें अनुकंपा था, वो समझ रहा था। उसने बोला कि वो यंग था, ये था। ये फीलिंग अगर आप में आ जाए ना तो फिर आपका वो जॉब इजी क्या पड़ जाएगा। आपके जॉब में मैं गारंटी करता हूँ सक्सेस होगा। इट शुड नॉट बी ट्रीटेड एज अ फॉर्मेलिटी। ये चीज़ एक समाज की चीज़ है और इसमें कुछ हृदय से लगना पड़ेगा। ये ऐसा कॉज है, हम सब जानते हैं, हम सब फील करते हैं, लेकिन छोटे कदम भी बहुत बड़े होते हैं। एक अच्छा सा वर्ड किसी प्रिजनर को आप बोल दीजिए कि नहीं ठीक है, परिस्थिति है, ऊपर वाला ने ये किया है, उसके लिए बहुत मायने रखता है एक ओहदे वाले, एक पोजीशन वाले से। आज चीफ जस्टिस साहब का घूमना एक इतनी बड़ा संदेश है। उन आए, टाइम स्पेंड किया, उन्हें देखा, ये छोटी बात नहीं है। हमें लगता है एक फॉर्मेलिटी है, बट छोटे छोटे चीज़ लोगों की ज़िंदगी बदल सकते हैं, एग्जाम्पल दे सकते हैं। मैं ज़्यादा समय नहीं लूँगा, मैंने कुछ हट के बोला है, कुछ पॉइंट दिया है सबों को सोचने के लिए, चिंतन के लिए। जय हिंद।
Thank you, Lordship. It is an honor of the rarest kind, an honor that touches the very spirit of this gathering, to welcome amongst us a jurist whose luminous presence elevates every space he enters, from consistently talking about plight of invisible victims of the judicial system to the role of bar occupying an indispensable place. Honorable Mr. Justice Suryakant, the Chief Justice of India, needs no introduction. It's my proud privilege to invite Honorable the Chief Justice of India to shower us with the nectar of his wisdom.
Thank you. Thank you. My esteemed colleagues from the Supreme Court, Justice Ehsanuddin Amanullah, Justice Rajesh Bindal, Justice Augustine George Massey, Justice Shri Lagu, Honorable Chief Justice of Punjab and Haryana High Court, on the dais Justice Ashwini Mishra, Justice Liza Gill, Justice Deepak Sibal, Justice Anupinder Grewal, all executive chairpersons of the State Legal Service Authorities and the High Court Legal Service Committee, as also Justice Grewal being the Administrative Judge of Gurugram Session Division, distinguished judges of the Punjab and Haryana High Court, and of course Delhi High Court, Advocate General Punjab, senior advocates, Shri Anurag Rastogi, Chief Secretary Haryana, Dr. Sumita Mishra, Additional Chief Secretary, Mr. O.P. Singh, DGP, Mr. Alok Rai, Director General Prisons, Mr. Mandeep Brad, Home Secretary, UT Administration, Mr. Samarpreet Hooda, Director General of Police of Chandigarh Administration. I believe Mr. D.S. Desi, former Chief Secretary, is also present with us. Registrar General of the Punjab and Haryana High Court, learned District and Session Judge, Gurugram Session Division, judicial officers from the states of Punjab, Haryana, very distinguished senior advocates and members of the bar, Commissioner of Police, Civil Administration, senior officers of the states of Punjab and Haryana who are also present here to grace this occasion, members of the state legal service authorities, members of the legal fraternity, Ms. Bhavana Garg is also there with us, Principal Secretary, Department of Jail, Punjab Government, friends from media, ladies and gentlemen. I know that we are getting late. I will try to speak as short as possible. Will just share my certain views on this subject. Thank you very much for inviting me for this today's event. When yesterday night I was just penning some my thoughts on the subject, I recollected Lord Buddha, what he said in Dhampada, and I quote, "He who counters the wrongs of their past with acts of good brings clarity and light to the world, like the moon finally emerging from behind the clouds." While these words may by themselves hold tremendous moral weight, I would like to share the story behind this verse, but very briefly pointing out that Buddha said these words in the background of a notorious criminal, Angulimala, who used to indulge in pervert crimes and would always bore the fingers of the victims whom he will kill, and he will convert their fingers into garland. In the forest, Lord Buddha met him and he wanted to kill Buddha also. And that conversation for a few seconds, that message Lord Buddha gave to him, completely changed the personality of Angulimala. He became a monk, dedicated the remaining life to the service of the society, and eventually he died not as a symbol of fear, but as a testament to what human beings are capable of when they are offered a path back. Whether every individual can change to the same dramatic degree is not the point of today's seminar. The enduring value of this legend lies in a far more fundamental insight, namely, justice does not end with punishment, it evolves through renewal. And renewal becomes possible only when society is prepared to see individuals not through the narrow lens of what they once did, but through the wider horizon of what they may yet become. As we gather this evening to reflect on correctional justice, let this understanding be our foundation. We know that, and through the entire globe, whether it's Europe, East Asia, Africa, or Latin America, all have steadily moved away from the impulse of an eye for eye theory, and that school of thought is renownedly followed in the Indian criminal justice system also, where we undoubtedly believe in a reformatory and not retributive approach. My own judicial philosophy has long aligned with the global and domestic India. I have never assumed that fear creates better citizens, or that a person's identity can be permanently tethered and remembering or identifying him the worst moment which he had undergone in the past. Rather, I always believe that human beings flourish through dignity, through opportunity, and through liberty. If anything, my years on the bench have only strengthened my conviction that people are not born malicious. Instead, there are circumstances, deprivation, trauma, and structural inequities often shape human conduct long before a courtroom enters the picture. I have therefore tried to hold a firm balance between individual rights and the demands of criminal justice system, a balance that is the foundation of meaningful rehabilitation. I can tell you from my experience that this equilibrium is tricky to achieve and even more difficult to maintain. I vividly recollect that was probably in 2014 or 15 when Chief Justice John Roberts in US penned down the judgment on decrowding of the prisons in California. There were time-bound directions, and at that time I was struggling hard as a High Court judge in writing my judgment in Jasveer Singh's case, where eventually I granted conjugal rights to the jail inmates. I had an occasion to meet with Chief Justice Roberts at that time, and I found that Indian jurisprudence in terms of jail reforms, in terms of the enforcement of the permissible or conditional human rights or fundamental rights is far ahead as compared to various global jurisprudences. We understand that reformative justice is not only desirable, but it is urgent. While Indian prisons have largely shed the yoke of its dark colonial legacy, much and more remains to be done if we are to lead by example. This is especially because we find ourselves in a rapidly changing world. The society to which inmates return today has changed dramatically. Traditional support structure have weakened. Families are smaller, communities are fragmented, and migration has created populations with no stable network to fall back upon. When individuals step out of prison into such an environment, ladies and gentlemen, reintegration becomes not just challenging but precarious. Without support, many are drawn again into cycles of marginalization and conflict with law. Nowhere is this more evident than in the case of poor migrant laborers, men and women who enter our cities with little more than a hope. When they are caught in legal entanglements, they face barriers that others do not. They lack sureties, lack documentation, lack linguistic familiarity, and often lack even the basic access needed to navigate local courts. When vulnerable and marginalized victims and the weight of past hardship converge on them, they create conditions in which the justice system must do more than merely contain. Without educational skills, psychological support, and structured reintegration, a prison, to whom I prefer to call as correctional home, can easily become a place with disadvantages, deepens, and custody becomes cyclical. That's why please remember what Nelson Mandela said, and I quote, "One cannot truly know a nation until one has seen its jails." If prisons reveal who are we as a society, then they must reflect not only discipline but dignity, not only order but opportunity. In other sense, what happens within these walls must consciously differ from the circumstances that may have led someone here in the first place. Our history is full of reformatory examples. One finds in the 12th book of Shanti Parv of Mahabharata that clearly tells us that punishment is not the right way, as it only lifts the one who has erred. Kautilya in Arthashastra advised that rulers train offenders in useful skills so that they may rejoin society as contributors rather than outcasts. And for centuries, our villages practiced reconciliation through the grand panchayat tradition, where justice was not a spectacle of stress, but a process of restoring balance within the community. These are not impractical anecdotes. They form part of a long intellectual lineage that saw justice and compassion not as opposing forces, but as
complementary ones. This ethos of giving people a path back, of allowing them to rebuild themselves, is woven into our cultural memory. It is time we return to that very wisdom. If our traditions teach us anything, it is that a just society does not linger on its difficulties. It builds towards possibilities. The question before us now is not what is wrong, but what must be done. Reformative justice today demands clear thinking, coordinated action, and systems designed for renewal rather than return. In this context, I would, just shortening my speech, I just intend to give 6 critical steps which I think need to be initiated. And since all the stakeholders of Punjab, Haryana and Union Territory are present, along with the heads of the judiciary, my very respectful advice is that if you find some worth, you do please consider, and in due course of time, maybe that in your next phase of reforms, you can think of integrating these proposals. First, reintegration must become a planned exercise, not a hope. District level reintegration boards bringing together probation officers, employees, civil society, and mental health professionals can ensure that every release is accompanied by a concrete path forward. Second, we must recognize the distinct vulnerabilities of migrant workers. Their challenges stem from mobility, not malice. Simplified bail procedures, multilingual legal navigation, and basic documentation support can prevent a temporary encounter with law from turning into a prolonged cycle of detention. Let human rights prevail here over the penal laws. Third, psychological rehabilitation must stand alongside vocational training. Yes, skill opens doors, but psychological stability allows individuals to walk through them. Trauma-informed counseling, addiction treatment, and emotional regulation programs must become routine features of correctional life. Like, for example, I must congratulate the Youth Against Drugs campaign in Punjab being launched today is a very vital step in this direction. It is indeed a remarkable initiative, and I congratulate the state of Punjab and its authorities for such an initiative. Haryana has also done equally commendable job when they were referring to these schemes, and so is Union Territory. If you have a coordinated effort among you, I am quite sure that the achievement in this regard will be remarkable. The fourth suggestion is on training that must align with the economy of tomorrow, imparting digital skills, logistics and modern trades, industry partnerships where companies adopt prisons, offer apprenticeships and hire trained inmates can convert ability into opportunity. The one more suggestion is regarding opening, establishing as far as possible either the open jails or just think of following the new a paradigm shift in UK that has recently taken place, and with the help of a software company which is based in Bangalore, where a chip is provided to the convicts, and they are allowed to stay at home within a particular defined radius, and through the chip, through a software, their movements are being regulated. I won't say that it's a case of surveillance, but it is being regulated, and they are allowed to continue their personal life as such in the routine, so that their financial stability, their emotional bondage, their children and the invisible victims, the families, I would say, they do not suffer because of this. And finally, we need a data-guided reform. A modern carceral system should track behavioral progress, program outcomes, and post-release trajectories. In this spirit, I wish to close with the words of a very famous Holocaust survivor, Viktor Frankl, whose life stands as one of the history's clearest testaments to the human capacity for renewal. He once wrote, and I quote, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." These words, ladies and gentlemen, are not a call to resignation. They are a call to courage. They remind us that the freedom to choose one's response, one's direction, one's future can survive even the harshest confinement. And that is why the skill development centers, the ITI courses, the polytechnic, the counseling interventions, the anti-drug campaign we launched, and every other reformative initiative are so imperative. They are not symbolic gestures, they are invitations for individuals to strengthen themselves and to reclaim agency. And if even one person, just one, walks out of these gates with renewed clarity, equipped with a skill, supported by a plan, and determined to live differently, then the work we do today will ripple far beyond this evening. That is the promise of reformative justice. That is the promise of our proud constitution, and that is the promise we must keep alive together. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Your Lordship, for those magnum words of wisdom that will resonate, reverberate, and radiate action in the journeys we undertake henceforth. And we are thankful for the proposals given by Honorable Lordship, which would be incorporated in our vision document. As we celebrate the spirit of collective endeavor, it becomes fitting to honor the nodal officers from state of Punjab, Haryana, and UT Chandigarh.
May I request Srimati Bhavna Garg, Principal Secretary, Government of Punjab, Department of Jails, to please step forward and receive the token of appreciation on behalf of State of Punjab from Honorable the Chief Justice of India.
May I, with utmost respect, invite Shri Satish Balan, Inspector General of Police, Prison, Haryana, to kindly come forward and receive token of appreciation on behalf of State of Haryana. May I now invite Shri Pushpinder Kumar, IG Prisons, to kindly come forward to receive token of appreciation on behalf of UT Chandigarh.
Thank you, Lordship. Now I request Shri Anurag Rastogi, Chief Secretary, Haryana, to formally deliver the vote of thanks.
Honorable Mr. Justice Surya Kant, Chief Justice of India. Honorable Mr. Justice Ehsanuddin Amanullah, Justice Augustine George Massey, Justice Rajesh Bindal, Supreme Court of India. Honorable Mr. Justice Sheel Nagu, Chief Justice Punjab and Haryana High Court, Justice Ashwani Mishra, Justice Lisa Gill, Justice Deepak Sibal, Justice Anupendra Girewal, friends, officers, all other judicial officers, officers from Prison Department, AG Punjab. I'm sorry I didn't follow the protocol while speaking. For the shortage of time, I will straight away recount, or should I say that I vividly remember few months back when Mr. Justice Kuldeep Tiwari invited me for a discussion. And in this discussion, he shared the vision of Honorable Justice Suryakant, the vision to establish, so to say, ITIs or polytechnics themselves, skill labs in various trades of carpentry, tailoring, food processing, digital literacy and more in the jails. Partnerships with universities, NGOs, polytechnics and platforms like digital learning hubs to deliver formal vocational training to the inmates. And all of us present here are witness to the fact that that vision of Honorable Justice Suryakant has already become a reality. We were all today guided by all the alumni speakers, and I would like to sort of in brief cover what Honorable Justice Masih said. He gave the example of Norway, where even 70% of the inmates after coming out go back. That's what we need to address. Justice Rajesh Bindal, then उन्होंने हमें कई तरीके की सुझाव दिए और ख़ास तौर से एक फ़र्क जेल के इनमेट्स में हमें बताया कि कुछ लोग, ख़ास तौर से मैं उनकी तरफ ही ध्यान दूंगा, जब उन्होंने कहा कि कुछ लोग जो सर्कमस्टेंसेस के शिकार हुए हैं उनको कहीं ना कहीं हमें अलग तरीके से डील करना पड़ेगा। और एक और चैलेंज उन्होंने हमारे सामने रखा कि क्या सरकार और किस प्रकार से सरकार उन लोगों का ध्यान रख पाएगी, इनमेट्स का ध्यान रख पाएगी और उनको किस प्रकार से जॉब्स दे पाएगी अपने रूल्स को अमेंड करते हुए। सर, हमने नोट किया आपकी बात और इस पे जरूर एक्शन लेने की कोशिश करेंगे। जस्टिस अमानुल्लाह ने एक अगेन बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट हमारे सामने रखा कि सोसाइटी में इन लोगों को बाहर निकलने के बाद एक्सेप्टेबिलिटी कैसे मिलेगी, क्या हम पास्ट की मानसिकता से बाहर निकल पाएंगे। अगेन वेरी रेलेवेंट पॉइंट्स and Lordship, we will try to figure out as to what we can do. Towards the end, Justice Suryakant cited several examples, starting from what Lord Buddha said, then citing what Nelson Mandela said. He only even quoted Kautilya, and the sum and substance was that the entire world is moving away from the retributory approach of eye to eye, and we just cannot afford to lag behind. Rather, we should be in front. And while thanking everybody who is present here, I would like to assure the Honorable Chief Justice of India that we will not leave any stone unturned to convert his vision into reality. We would remember all the 6 critical steps mentioned by him to integrate each one of the inmates after they come out of the prison into the society. Thank you, sir. We are all in this. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. We are proceeding towards the end of the program, and as is said, that an end of an event is a prologue to a new beginning.
I salute my flag. It makes me proud. I am an Indian. It says out loud. Three bright colors adorn my flag, saffron, white and green make me glad. I salute my flag, it makes me proud. I am an Indian, it says out loud. With these words, I would request all the respectable dignitaries and all the members of this august gathering to please rise in honor of the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
May I please request the designated teams to escort the honorable dignitaries for dinner.
Thank you and good evening.